So, our virtual reality pilot project involves students exploring the Peace Literacy Metaverse, and they journey to the landscape of the human condition and explore, in particular, the island of aggression. And this is a series of islands where each island contains an item, and the item is a metaphor for a skill that helps students develop shared trust and develop strong communities and also cultivate calm within themselves. And the first island, the island of aggression, is where students learn about the nature of aggression. And students also learn how to calm aggression within themselves. And they also learn about alternatives to aggression and how to apply these alternatives to aggression. So we want to start with these slides with students. We want to have them think about allegories and metaphors because the Peace Literacy Metaverse is comprised of allegories. So we share with them that all of the worlds in the Peace Literacy Metaverse are allegories. And we tell them that an allegory is a metaphor in story form. All of the worlds in the Peace Literacy Metaverse interconnect to create a larger epic story. So to help students better understand what an allegory is, we could offer a very obvious example. For example, Tortoise and the Hare from Aesop's Fables. But we want students to think about and discuss what allegories are in a more interactive way. So we have these two paintings, which are simple allegories, which we share with students. Here's the first one. We ask students, what elements do you notice in this image? What elements do you notice in this image? Smartphones on the bottom of the ocean, a diver, a pearl, and a book. And what could this pearl symbolize? What story could you tell from these images, right? What could the diver's journey symbolize? What could the pearl symbolize? It could symbolize wisdom, knowledge, understanding. And what story could be told from this image? Now, the next image is very different from this one. Here's a student, nose compressed into a book. And what elements do you notice in this image? Again, the student, the books, the vice. And what metaphorical story is being told here? What story could you tell from this image? Maybe the books aren't books. Maybe the books are metaphors for approaches to our education system. Maybe this is a story about how students feel about certain approaches to education. And again, the image contrasts with the previous image because books can contain wisdom and understanding, and books, or more broadly speaking, education, can also be something that students view in this kind of way. And it's something that students can discuss in a variety of ways, and it helps them explore the nature of allegories and what we can learn from allegories. So the worlds in the Peace Literacy Metaverse are similar to dreamscapes. Exploring these worlds is similar to exploring dreams, allowing us to unlock mysteries and treasures hidden in our unconscious mind. Everything in these worlds has a purpose, a metaphorical meaning. So one of the unique approaches that Peace Literacy offers for virtual reality is everything has a purpose, a metaphorical meaning. Everything is part of an allegory. Nothing is arbitrary. Everything in these worlds tells a story of our shared humanity in the form of allegories that you will experience, and the you here is the student. So, for example, in the first world you will visit, this ocean symbolizes the cosmic ocean, which is a metaphor for the universe, reality. The vast landscape of the human condition, of which the island of aggression is a part, arises out of the cosmic ocean, the universe, reality. So you can see here the ocean symbolizing reality, the universe, and you can see the landscape of the human condition rising out of the ocean. And we want to rethink what a classroom is. Why does a classroom have to be students surrounded by four walls looking forward? Why can't we transform the classroom into an epic journey where students explore these allegorical worlds? And in these allegorical worlds, students learn the skills that can help them thrive in the 21st century. And they learn the skills that can help them create a more peaceful and just future. And we want to rethink what a teacher is. A teacher can be a guide who can help students develop their full humanity. The teacher can be a guide who can help students develop their full humanity and develop these skills that can help us thrive in the 21st century. And in the Peace Literacy Metaverse, the teacher has a number of magical powers which they can use for different purposes. For example, this raft, as students sail out or as the raft moves out into the ocean, while students are on the raft, the teacher is able to put invisible walls around the raft so that students are not able to jump into the ocean while the raft is moving. So the cliff, the large rocks in the water, and every other part of this world is purposeful by having a metaphorical meaning that will be revealed during this epic journey through our inner universe and inner reality. So everything in this world has metaphorical meaning. Not all of it is revealed at once. We reveal just enough to move the story forward and also to maintain the mystery of the world, but it is gradually revealed in different ways. Here's a prompt in terms of how we discuss the island of aggression. Think of aggression as being like a heat image from a fire, and think of the fire as pain and distress. People do not become aggressive because they feel good. What kinds of metaphorical fires, what kinds of pain and distress can make humans aggressive? Let's start by naming some painful emotions that can make humans aggressive. So we want students to think about aggression as being like heat emitted from a fire, and the fire is pain and distress. So here's an image from a 7th grade class from a whiteboard where I asked students this question, and this is what the students came up with, 7th graders. Embarrassment, humiliation, disappointment, jealousy, insecurity, being threatened, fear, feeling disrespected, physical pain, being hungry, mental pain. These are the fires, forms of pain, distress that students came up with in 7th grade. And we have this 10-90 rule where 10% of the time is teachers explaining the metaphor in general terms, and 90% of the discussion is students explaining the metaphor in specific terms, explaining the specific examples of the metaphor. And we have other ways of communicating the metaphors by letting students observe the metaphor, watching it move, and interacting with the metaphor. And we also have some metaphors that are secrets that students have to make connections to figure out what the metaphor refers to. So I'm going to go into VR now, and you're going to see the avatar. And the avatar, again, is very symbolic, very metaphorical. And the avatar is also abstract. And part of the reason for having the abstract appearance of the avatar is to help students get away from body image issues, because of how body image issues can distract students from learning. So I'm going to explain the metaphorical significance and meaning of the avatar, but I'm also going to revisit a lot of the points brought up in this PowerPoint by using the VR world around me as a visual example as I further explore some of these points. So we're going to go now into the VR world, and this is the beginning of this epic journey through the Peace Literacy Metaverse, where students learn the skills to thrive in the 21st century, and they also learn the skills that can help them create a more peaceful and just world. So this is the avatar creation area of the Peace Literacy Metaverse, and I'm looking at my avatar in this mirror. These are my hands, and this is my current avatar. And Peace Literacy's unique approach to virtual reality is to make everything a metaphor. Everything has a purpose through metaphorical meaning. Everything is part of an allegory. And all of the imagery of the avatar has symbolic meaning, has metaphorical meaning, has a purpose, which I will talk about soon. Now, the current hardware does not support body tracking, face tracking, and eye tracking. But the hardware coming out in the near future will support full face tracking, eye tracking, where your facial expressions and your eye movements can be projected onto the avatar and your body movements can be projected onto the avatar. Now, even without eye tracking, face tracking, and body tracking, however, the sense of presence and immersion that you are with other people in a place is still very powerful and very convincing. It feels like you are with people in a place, and you can close your eyes, and because of spatial audio, you can hear if people are talking from your left or to your right, or if they're in front of you, or where they're talking in relation to your avatar, or if they're behind you, which Zoom does not allow, and which simulates how we talk in the physical world, the sense of body presence and also spatial audio. So even without eye tracking, body tracking, face tracking, which will be available in the near future, it's still a very powerful, convincing experience. So to explain the symbolic meaning of the avatar, I'm going to go to the avatar creator, and I have this laser pointer emerging from my hand. And you can read here, this gem symbolizes your shared humanity. You can change the surface color of the gem and the features surrounding it, but remember, these outward changes do not alter your shared humanity within the gem. So this gem symbolizes our shared humanity. And no matter what outward features we have around that gem, it does not change the substance of the gem, the substance of our shared humanity. Because we all have this common humanity, this shared humanity. And how often people forget our shared humanity that is beneath our outward appearance. So I'm going to make a few modifications to the avatar. So I'm going to change the color. I like this blue color. And so here's my current avatar. So in terms of how the avatar moves, there's a few different ways you can move. You can actually walk around your room, but you're limited by how much space you have in your room to walk around. You can also use the thumbstick to move around. And you can also teleport by using this teleport icon. So you have a few different ways to move around. I will primarily be using the thumbstick and some teleportation with this icon again. And one thing this video does not convey is a sense of scale. How you feel like you're in this massive place, you're in this universe. And again, all of these designs are metaphors. They symbolize different frameworks in peace literacy, which we will reveal later. But again, the sense of scale is tremendous, but it's not conveyed through video. So I'm going to cross this light bridge. And we're going to go to the main menu, and I'm going to click begin, and I can enter my name. Click. And now I can select teacher or student. If I select teacher, I will create a new world that students can join. So I'll select teacher. Enter the portal to begin your journey into the landscape of the human condition. So it's like going on a field trip into the human condition, into this allegory. This portal will take us to the landscape of the human condition. So as I go into this portal, it will create a new world. It takes a few seconds. When students enter the portal, it'll happen much faster because they don't have to generate a new world that people can join. So now, at the beginning of the landscape of the human condition, and when I pull up the teacher menu, this code will allow students to enter this same world. So if you give students this number, they will be able to join this world with me. And again, the sense of scale is not communicated through the video. But as I mentioned earlier, all of these features, the cliffs, the rocks, everything has metaphorical meaning, symbolic meaning, everything has a purpose, which we don't reveal right away, but we do talk about the ocean, how the ocean symbolizes the cosmic ocean, how the cosmic ocean is a metaphor for the universe, for reality, and how the landscape of the human condition emerges out of the cosmic ocean, out of the universe, out of reality. So this ocean is the cosmic ocean, a metaphor for the universe, for reality, and the landscape of the human condition emerges out of the universe, out of reality. Our humanity, we emerge out of the universe, out of reality, out of the cosmic ocean. So we are going to go on this raft to the island of aggression. The landscape of the human condition emerges out of the cosmic ocean, out of reality, out of the universe, and the island of aggression is a part of that landscape. So we are going to go to the island of aggression to learn about aggression and the nature of aggression. So students will be entering into the world, they'll be coming down the hill, they'll be on this dock, they'll be talking and socializing. And again, it replicates how people socialize in the physical world because of the spatial audio. And once everybody is accounted for on the dock, we get onto this raft, and the teacher can then launch the raft, and the raft will take us to the island of aggression. So you go to the teacher menu, teacher panel, click launch raft. And now we're going to the island of aggression. You see the beautiful water, and we see the island fading away, the landscape, the initial island. Again, the beautiful water. Now we're going to go into this magical fog, and the magical fog symbolizes the mysterious parts of our psyche that we're not taught about. We're not taught about aggression. When I was growing up, I had a very violent upbringing, as I've mentioned before. And I had a lot of aggression issues, but I was never taught about aggression. Aggression was mysterious to me. It was in this fog. I didn't understand it. And we are going into the mysterious parts of the human psyche to learn about those mysterious parts of ourselves, such as aggression. So here you see the island of aggression emerging from the fog. You see this world, which has important symbolic meaning, which we will explore in a bit. And you see the fog fading away and the island emerging, and now the fog is fully fading away, and you see this island of aggression, this massive island. And those plumes of heat symbolize aggression. We want to think of aggression as being like heat emitted from a fire. And the heat is at the surface, and we want to explore what is beneath those plumes of heat. We want to go into this cave, into the human psyche, to explore what is beneath the surface, what is beneath those plumes of heat, what is causing those plumes of heat to emerge from the landscape. That's what we want to learn about by journeying into this cave. We want to explore the root causes. What is beneath the surface? What is causing those plumes of heat to emerge, those forms of aggression? Now, this is an earlier build. In the later build, the plumes of heat are separated into 3 distinct heat plumes, which symbolize the 3 different forms of aggression. So you have warning aggression, hostile aggression, and passive aggression. And later we will journey into each plume of heat, be transported into a place that symbolizes that form of aggression, warning aggression, hostile aggression, and also passive aggression. So here again, the sense of scale is incredible. And you can also see the talent of the VR designers, because they have to design architecture and the care put into the entrance of the cave and the care put into the stairs. And you also hear the sound design. You can hear the audio, which creates a much more multi-sensory experience. So we're going into this massive cave, this massive mountain fortress, and to learn about aggression. And you can tell there's quite a bit of storytelling going on. As a teacher is moving through the world with the students, the teacher is narrating and explaining the metaphor. And the teaching is actually going on throughout the entire journey. So as the students and teacher are moving into the cavern where we will learn about aggression, there's quite a bit of teaching going on in terms of right when the plumes of heat appear, the teacher starts talking about what those plumes of heat symbolize and where we're going to go and what we're going to be learning. So the teacher does quite a bit of storytelling and helping students navigate this tour and understand where they are going. So the teacher becomes a guide. So now I'm in this place here. I'm approaching this cavern. And this cavern is where we're going to learn about the fires beneath aggression. And I'm not going to take you into this cavern. We're going to explore that once we enter into the VR world with the teachers. But you start to see this place where we are going to learn about the fires beneath aggression, the forms of pain and distress. And we will be able to interact with that fire and also understand the spatial relationship of how the fire is beneath the plumes of heat. The pain is beneath the aggression because you can actually look up and see the plumes of heat above you. So I'm not going to go into the cave now. I just want to show you the entrance. And I just wanted to give you a quick update. This is just the quick intro, and then we get into the cave and students will see aggression in a way they've never seen before that will allow them to apply this understanding to their lives in order to calm the fires beneath aggression and also learn about alternatives to aggression. But it starts with understanding the fire, the pain, the stress that is beneath aggression. So that's just a quick preview, and look forward to talking with you further soon. And we're going to go to the island of aggression. We're going to go to the part of the human condition. Raft? Yes.
We're on the boat?
Come on over.
Okay.
Oh, hey.
Yes.
Am I on it? I feel like I'm not really on it. There we go. That feels better.
Yeah.
So we're going to go now to the island of aggression. Are you all ready?
We are.
We are.
Okay. I'm gonna launch the raft.
We don't have to do anything
making
here.
me nervous.
Oh no!
We are on an ocean on a raft.
It's a little scary.
Lauren.